everyone, welcome to my presentation. Today I'd like to share a little bit about the Kaizen budgeting. As you can see that the process of the Kaizen budgeting consists of 4 parts. They are plan, do, check, and action. And I'm going to introduce the Kaizen budgeting as the following 4 parts. The definition of the Kaizen budgeting, the basic features of the Kaizen budgeting, the limitations, and an example of Toyota. And first of all, please allow me to introduce the founder of the Kaizen budgeting system, Imai Masaki. Imai Masaki graduated from the University of Tokyo. He's a master in Japanese quality management, founder and chairman of Global Improvement Consulting Group. Through years of accumulations and dedicating research, he combined Japanese improvement methods with European and American management systems. In addition, he is committed to helping global enterprises to build a lean operation system and production management system. Then you might be curious about what is Kaizen budgeting? Kaizen is a Japanese word that means improvement or to improve. Kaizen budgeting is the budgeting focused on continuous improvement from the product perspective. Budget estimates include these expectations of continuous improvement. Instead of striving to make big significant changes, people or companies in Kaizen budgeting incorporate small incremental changes and improvements into everything they do. Many Japanese companies like Honda and Tokyo apply Kaizen through the creation of quality circles, employee suggestion institutes, and contacts. While it incorporates the cost of improving the company's products, Kaizen budgeting also has means of reducing actual product costs below a specific threshold. As with all things about Kaizen, this reduction occurs incrementally over time. In the meantime, Kaizen budgeting is different from the traditional cost budgeting, which focuses instead on project costs based on current products and measures. Then, as we mentioned before the Kaizen budgeting consists of 4 parts as shown. The first level is to plan. This needs us to make an improvement budgeting. Then it comes to the do level, which is we need to implement the plan in a small range of producing activities. The third level is check. We need to check the results according to the plan. Then the final action is to take action. This needs us to apply the plan in the company range side if the results are satisfying. Therefore, I'd like to conclude the basic features of Kaizen budgeting. First of all, it's a program that not only involves the management but also the frontline workers. Then, we should be clear that actually most of the improvements were put forward by the frontline workers because they were the people who devote themselves into the production in which they could find the opportunity of reducing the cost more easily. Lastly, Kaizen budgeting projects the future cost and focuses on reducing the cost little by little. It is a continuous progress. Even though Kaizen budgeting can make an effort on reducing costs, there are some limitations that we need to be aware of. Just as we mentioned above most of the advisors come from the frontline workers. The longer product cycle, the easier to find the improvement. However, it is also easier for the frontline workers to come to the situation that they could not provide any more improvement. Besides, since everyone is different, the improvement adopted does not mean that it will be applicable to the others. And here is an example about the Kaizen budgeting. Toyota is one of the companies that have been benefited most from Kaizen budgeting. In 2011, it was the year with the increasing demand for engineering vehicles, trucks, and other heavy cars. Then, after a period of time, the one of its 4X stores found that the profit not only did not rise along with the increase of sales, but created losses. Why? Why they created losses? Then, after a short investigation, they realized that the losses came from the after-sales service. Since the workers put the tools at random, the other needed to spend much more time in looking for the right they need. In the meantime, once little objects or tools were used out, they also need to walk far away to get the things they need. And the missing tools was also one of the main reasons that caused the losses. After collecting the suggestion from the workers, that Toyota implemented some improvements as follows. They equipped each worker a tool bag to ensure everyone will have enough tools to continue their repairment job. Secondly, at regular intervals, there would be a pickup truck which could provide them the small objects immediately. In addition, every worker will have to check out with their tool bags to ensure that all the tools were inside. After implementing this improvement, their profit increased rapidly. Everyone was proud of what they have contributed for their company. So, generally speaking, that Kaizen budgeting is a process in which Japanese enterprises continuously supervise and improve the whole production in order to reduce costs. It requires us all the employees together to put forward their advices to make an effort on reducing costs. However, even though the Kaizen budgeting is a continuous progress, there will be some time that the cost is at its bottom point. And this is the Kaizen budgeting that I want to share with you guys. Thank you for your attention.